understand why vloggers would wear like a lot of makeup and then have a ring light in front of them like this, because it really shows how un even my complexion is. I think I'll just do it like this. Hi guys. Okay, so I just kind of want to clarify about things that I said in last stream about how I said I thought I was autistic. So today, I met with my supervisor. She is a clinical psychologist, because in a lot of literature that I read, that are studying psychopathology, individuals with ADHD, Turner syndrome, CD, conduct disorder, stuff like that, they all kind of exhibit autism-like symptoms, but they don't, but not enough to get a full-blown autism diagnosis. And so I was wondering about that, like, what does it mean, you know? So then my supervisor said that when you diagnose autism, you kind of have this check boxes, and if you fit like all the criteria needed to get a full-blown diagnosis, then you are autistic. So if you do have autism-like symptoms, but it's not enough to get a full-blown diagnosis, then you're not autistic. But that's kind of weird, because if you see, there's like two lines, right? There's like two lines. So this is the autistic line and this is the normal line, and I feel like I'm somewhere in between here. I'm not enough to get a full-blown diagnosis, you know. I might check some boxes in the autism stuff, but I don't think it's enough to get a diagnosis. The only way to know is to actually get it tested. I am definitely not here. And when I asked my supervisor about that, she said that it might not be exactly autism. It could be something else. It could be something in their neurogenetic, which she then delved into talks of how Fragile X syndrome would exhibit autism-like symptoms, but kind of have their own flavor. But I am really into reading papers about autism now. I actually think they're fun. I think that I've just increased the level of my nerdiness, if that's even possible. But they're really fun, I swear. So now I have problems with kind of condensing it into a 6-minute talk about autism to like sixth formers, or in Malaysia sense, I think it would be people who just finished SPM, probably. So back to this line. We don't know what happens here. We don't know what happens in between the gap. I don't know what happens in between the gap. Yeah, I thought so much about this. The easiest way to like answer all my questions is to just get tested, right? But I don't know. There are a lot of problems that I have with that. First is financial. I talked about this in the stream. It takes a lot of time and money to get diagnosed, especially in Malaysia. I could try getting diagnosed here, but I think that would require a lot of travel and, again, time, stuff that, and money and stuff that I don't just have right now. And then second would be kind of the support, because I'm not sure if people would even believe me if I even have that opportunity to get tested, like to get diagnosed, because I don't know, people would think I would just probably just blow it out of proportions. I don't know if I do usually. Things just look big to me. Whatever. Anyways, and then the third reason that I just kind of figured out, I knew already, is just I just kind of figured out how to put it into words. Is I'm worried about what happens if I am autistic. What does that mean to me moving on? Like, what do I do with it? It's good to know that I can put a label to it if it is true. But a lot of the times I feel like that's not true. Like, it might be something else. It could be Asperger's, which is under autism spectrum disorder. Like, my second worry is that I am not autistic. I mean, I don't think I am anyways, but then I'd have something that's like clear cut says that I'm not. And what happens to that? Because I don't think I'm normal, but like a lot of my worries are normal, but the way that I'm worrying about them is a bit weird. I think. I'm not sure. But people should talk to people a lot more. Then I can hear and like gauge about how weird I am. Yeah, so that's about it. Thing is, if you have the resources, if you have the time and the money, go and figure out if you have anything. Get tested. I think it's much easier to know rather than just to kind of think that you have it but you don't, or you do, whatever. I think I'm just kind of rambling here. I am recording this literally after I just got back from my meeting because I kind of want to make stuff clear. And that is, I don't know if I'm autistic. I feel like I am, but I'm probably not. Because I feel like I do exhibit autism-like symptoms, but the more I read about literature, the literature around it, it's I think it's more like I have these symptoms, but I don't think it's enough to get a full-blown diagnosis. So yeah, so for now, I think eccentric is the best way to describe me. I am kind of weird in a lot of places, but I don't know if it's enough to be considered as a full-blown diagnosis. I would like to get diagnosed because I think there is something wrong with my brain, but that's another thing. I'll probably get it done when I'm like 50 and are like loaded with money, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's it. This is my mic, by the way. It's so cute, isn't it?